Tonight we crack open the Fiddler Amburana. Welcome to the show. Well, we have been waiting for this moment for quite a while. I first spotted this Fiddler Amburana, I think over in Beaufort. I think it was Beaufort, the Cork and Keg, and I passed on it. I was doing a bourbon hunt, and I didn't know much about it, and I still had the soloist to try. So I thought, well, I don't need to buy another Fiddler until I try what I already have. Well, that was a mistake on my part, so when I went back later on, since I knew they had the Amburana, when I went back, it was gone, naturally. I didn't realize how popular the Amburana was, and for the past month and a half, I've been looking for this Fiddler Amburana. And luckily, one of our subscribers, and you know who you are, let me know that Grapes and Grains over in Alpharetta, a really nice place if you've not been over there, had the Fiddler Amburana as a store pick. And what I didn't realize at the time is that pretty much ASW Fiddler doesn't just sell this everywhere. This is a store pick from what I can tell. If you go on the aswdistillery.com website, you won't even see any references to the Fiddler Amburana, and you've got to go elsewhere. I had to actually search for the press release from ASW back in 2022 when they talk about having this event at the distillery, and they were only going to release 200 bottles, and that was a limited release kind of deal. Well, I don't think this bottle is part of that 200. I think those are long gone from 2022, probably all drank by now. Because this says on the sticker, besides saying single barrel pick, it says second fill. So I'm thinking this is the second release of the Amburana. Still limited, still a store pick. And it came from Barrell 1317 and says superb selection on the bottom of the sticker. So one of the reasons that I've been looking for this is after we tried the NULU Amburana. If you haven't seen that video, that's on the channel. We were kind of enamored by it. I kind of instantly fell in love with it. It's a very strong cinnamon toast type taste, as a lot of people describe it. I think it's a lot more than just cinnamon or cinnamon toast. It's got a very unique spice to it, both the aroma and the flavor. So I started searching out more, and I found the red line, which we did a first pour on, and I ordered the Barrell Amburana, which is now up on the shelf. Let's see what the aroma's like. Well, it's not as strong as the NULU, and I would say it's even not as strong as the red line, but that Amburana aroma is distinct. It's the same aroma in all three. It's just a matter, how strong it is, how prevalent. But that Brazilian oak, that Amburana, as a spice, that's what you smell. Everything else is like secondary, third, fourth down the line. That Amburana is so prevalent, it's sometimes hard to find anything else in it. But it does smell wonderful. I have to admit that. I've not cracked open the barrel yet. That's on our next Amburana first pour. We'll probably get to that in a couple days because I got to try them all out before we put them in a blind, right? Got to be fair to my viewers. So let's see just how good this ASW Fiddler Amburana is. Cheers. You get that Amburana spice, that flavor, that sweetness, and the proof in that order. That's what came across. Spice, that Amburana flavor, the sweetness that coats the tongue, and then You get that proof on the back of your tongue, but it's not ethanol-y. It's a good proof. Well, let's take another taste and see if I can compare it to the other Amburanas. I would tell you this is a very interesting pour, and it's different from the NULU or the Red Line, markedly different. Now you still have that Amburana flavor that you get across all three of them. But the NULU had that bold spice, that bold flavor. I mean, just slap you in the face kind of flavor. And it was, pretty much the same proof as the Fiddler here. But the boldness just knocked you out of your chair. I mean, it was delicious, but it was also very bold. The Red Line took a different approach. It was more like, I'm going to sit back here in my lazy boy here, and I'm going to enjoy the flavor without too much proof, without too much spice, and just enjoy that Amburana. The Fiddler is like halfway between the two. It's got more spice, more boldness, not quite as sweet as the Red Line or the NULU, but sits in that boldness area halfway between the two. It's good. I'm not sure which one I like the best, because now that I've had three, I'm kind of confused, going like, well, sometimes I like bold, sometimes I like sweet, sometimes I like something in between. So that blind we're going to have is going to be very interesting. In fact, I was reading from Barrell Spirits, how they were trying to create an Amburana finish that the Amburana was not overtaking the taste of the bourbon, because these guys are pretty much master blenders of different bourbons from sourced bourbons, and they know how to blend this stuff just perfect. So they've come up with a theory of putting the staves, or I don't know if they use staves or they're finishing it in Amburana barrels, but after they finish it in the Amburana, they then add bourbon back to the barrel to get that Amburana flavor exactly where they want it, and then bottle it, I guess. Well, we're going to find out, because that's the next one that's coming up on our Amburana journey. Let's take one more sip and we're going to go to final thoughts. 2, 3. Final thoughts. I'm always forgetting to talk about the finish, because I'm so excited to get to the final thoughts and tell you about what I like and whether I recommend it. This finish is almost exactly like the other finishes in the NULU and the Red Line. It's that Amburana spice with some sweetness that carries through in a very long finish. This is the same finish I got out of the other two. It is a long-lasting, very pleasant finish. I think you'd be very happy with the finish, whether you like Amburana or not. They all have a great finish. So, value for the money. Well, I didn't have a lot of choices. I mean, I could have shopped around and taken another month to find one. There isn't a lot of Fiddler Amburanas out there. This one was right at $85, if I remember, and I'll put the price on the bottom of the screen. I think I've seen it for as low as $80, and I've seen it as high as $99 in the North Georgia market. So $84, $85 is what I currently can get it for, and happy for it. It is an excellent bourbon. I do think the Amburana finishes are priced a little high for what you get. I'd prefer this to be a $69 or $65 bottle. So value for the money. If you want it, $85 is what you're going to pay for it. So that brings us to our recommendation system. Levels 1 through 5. 1 being, don't wait, go out and get it right now. I'm not saying you need to do that. 2, 5 being, don't bother. Well, I don't think I would ever give a level 5 to anything that ASW Fiddler produces. They're a quality distillery. They seem to be making quality products, and everything I've gotten from them so far has been delicious. This is no different. This is delicious. but I do think it's a little bit pricey for what you get. Really compared when you can get the red line for around $60 and I'm paying $85 for the Fiddler. That being said, level 3, shop around, see if you can get the best deal on it. If you can't, buy it, or maybe try the red line and see if you like the Amburana finish before you invest more dollars in this Amburana journey that I'm on. Or wait for my blind and I'll tell you, at least my opinion, which one is the best and which one I recommend. So, level 3 recommendation, shop around, but it is a good bourbon and I do recommend it. So, now that we're on this Amburana journey together, we're going to go one more place before we blind it all. And that's going to be the Barrell Amburana. And that should be coming up a little later this week, so stay tuned for that. And watch all 4 of these first pours where we go in depth what we tell you, our opinion about these Amburana finished bourbons. And then when we put them in a blind, which one we like the best and why. So we hope you will like this video and comment and share, and please hit that subscribe button because that helps us grow the channel. And as always, never drink and drive, always drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.